What's going on, fellow lifestyle investors? It's your boy Justin Wilmot here, the 10-hour wholesaler, mobile wholesaler, lifestyle investor. That's what we're here for, right? System so we can live the better lifestyle. So, excuse me, turn down my music here. So look, I wanted to shoot this quick video for you to go over some of the survey results. So first off, I appreciate you taking the time to fill out those surveys and give us feedback here at the office. It helps us help you and our entire community much more efficiently and better. So with that said, I just want to take some time here while I'm in the office and give you some answers. So I'm actually just going to read through some of them here. What I did is I scanned through and tried to find the ones that were kind of common and repeating. Lots of positive feedback, and I thank you guys so much for that. I mean, it's really awesome. It's why I do what we do, right? To inspire and help people change their lives. So thank you for all that positive feedback. Now, for the ones that had obstacles and you voiced your challenges, I was, again, going to spend a couple minutes here going over a few things, and so I'll be looking at the notes from time to time. So excuse me for possibly taking time in between the questions, but again, this is here to help you. And we tried to scan through all of them and find the ones that were repetitive, that seemed to be a common issue. So let's start off right away with the first one. Okay, first one was I'd love some advice on how to avoid daisy chains and update the program. LinkedIn has changed their website. So this individual is referring to most likely the 10-hour wholesaler program and updating the LinkedIn leads part. Now, yes, LinkedIn has updated their website, so we can and will make some updates to that module. But at the end of the day, it's still the same functionality, and you can still do the advanced searches in order to find wholesalers in your area the same way. It just looks different. In the tech world, we call it the skin of whatever website or web page you're looking at, and modernize it so it's just more modern. And at the end of the day, the functionalities are still the same. It is $50 now a month at a base. Maybe they call it the premium, but I believe that's their base level. It's worth the $50. So we've seen some feedback asking about LinkedIn and, hey, it's paid service now. Yes, it is, but just like everything in life, you get what you pay for. Do you need LinkedIn to find wholesalers? Absolutely not, right? That's also come to mind. That's also why we created the 1-minute leads system, so that it can aggregate and scour the internet for you and deliver people that identify themselves as real estate wholesalers in a much more efficient way, and actually much less than LinkedIn. But you can still use LinkedIn. It's a great place to network with people on a more professional one-on-one basis. Cool. I'm just starting out in real estate investing and need some money. So there was lots of comments in regards to, hey, I'm limited on funds, or, this website cost money, or just a small budget. So look, the idea of wholesaling in order to gain the financial freedom or the lifestyle that you want, that's what wholesaling is all about. So when you're going out into the market and seeing things that cost money, let's use yellow letters, right? So direct mail marketing. Marketing is an expense. When you're a wholesaler, when we're getting properties under contract to purchase, right, and then marketing that contract and flipping that contract or selling the contract or signing the contract, that all is a process. Can it be done with zero money? Absolutely. I did my first deals with zero money. I even borrowed the escrow money on the HUD property, right, and did the deal, made my first 10 grand with no money. So you can do that. But I'm here to tell you that if there's a will, there's a way. So like if you've created a new LLC, well, there's many companies out there, Fund and Grow being one of them, that can help you get business financing that you can use to invest in the marketing side. Now, these tools like yellow letters and putting out bandit signs and hiring somebody to do that, which is what I recommend, those can all cost small amounts of money. If you don't have those small amounts of money, then find the money. Find the money. That's what resourceful people do, is we find the money and just sort of make it happen. Take the time to literally get a yellow notepad like this, very simple little pad of paper, and write down every single way that you think that you can recruit money. No remorse. If you believe in yourself, then you should have no worries about reaching out to family members, mom, dads, uncles, all that, friends, business associates, fellow employees, whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes to get the funds. If you believe in yourself and you are going to get your first deal done and scale, then make an investment, right? Have them make an investment in you. Hey, look, put up $5,000. I'm going to give you, let's say, 5% of the profit share of every deal that I do for the next year. That dude's $5,000 or lady's $5,000 could turn into $20,000 like that. So you just need to believe more in yourself. Be more resourceful, okay? And do you need those things? No. There's still ways you can do it. Well, zero money. Craigslist is free. Online is free. Lead systems are free. So, okay. I think I just have to apply the scaling and outsourcing concepts more effectively. So yeah. So there was a lot of people asking about the scaling and outsourcing and doing that more effectively. So what I would recommend is creating a framework first. So everybody's different. Everybody starts off in a different place in business. So figure out, exactly what it is that you need to outsource, you personally. So what might that be? Well, maybe you don't like doing outbound calls and you're not good on the phone. So it needs to happen in order to build a buyer's list. Outsource it. There's freelancers like crazy out there. There's literally millions of people that will do it for you for pennies on the dollar. Okay? Pennies. And we're talking, you can get 5 hours of work from a good freelancer on, say, at Upwork for $20. And they can make 500 phone calls for you. Okay? So no excuses. Just create a framework and just get really clear. That's what I've done. And it works I've learned that from my mentors. I didn't create this, right? How to scale and how to systemize. Just get very, very clear and be specific about what it is that you want. And then just do it one step at a time. Don't put a bunch of pressure on yourself and think you need this really gigantic thing to happen immediately. Just start with one small thing, and I promise you, as you implement that one small thing, you'll feel the progress and the confidence, and then more just sort of, it's like a domino effect. It's a beautiful thing, and you don't even have to try to do it. It's just a God-given thing. So just start with one thing. Don't pressure yourself. Don't think of this big, large, oh my God, I gotta build this big system and all this. Just start one step at a time, okay? And it starts with just a sheet of paper and figuring out the number one thing that you need to get off your plate, all right? Do that. I promise you. Life-changing. All right, we found, let's see, we found it difficult to get wholesalers to work with us in my area, but I found others outside of our area. Cool. That's fine. And that can happen, But what I always tell people, especially my private mastery students, and I also mentioned this in the InstaBiz part of the mobile wholesaler. If you're having issues with other wholesalers, now again, this would be in the framework of buying and selling other wholesalers' properties. Okay, so if you're having issues with getting other wholesalers on board with you, in most cases it's your pitch. They don't understand exactly what you're going to bring to the table, right? And so you need to remember, you're buying the property from them. They have a property under contract and they're marketing that property, right? You're letting them know that you're also an investor and that you can buy that property from them at a discount, right? So if they're asking 100, you're going to offer 90, all right? And then you're going to flip or sign that contract to your end buyer for a higher price, all right? So it's in the pitch. Make sure that they understand that you're adding value, okay? RE lawyer Jeff Watson. So this came up like 3 or 4 times. So someone asked about an attorney that's out there talking about co-wholesaling is unlawful procedure. And he's absolutely right. The way 99% of the people that are out there doing it were just pimping out other people's properties and acting as an agent or a sales associate is technically illegal. So don't do it. If you've been going through our content, you see that that's not at all what we do. We buy and sell everything. I have the deed to every property that we've ever flipped, even though it's just for a moment. We have the paperwork, and when you do our system, you'll have the same, unless you're assigning the contract. And assigning the contracts is legal in all 50 states. But I don't want to give legal advice. You should always talk to your legal counsel. Now, don't get his marketing message mixed up. And more importantly, he's somebody that we've consulted with years ago when I was going to launch the 10-hour wholesaler program with. So let it be known that our processes are influenced from his advice as well. So once again, you have a system here that is unlike anybody else's out there. So Don't pimp out other people's stuff. And that goes right back to, or it loops right around to the daisy chains. Anybody that's trying to push anybody else's inventory, don't do it. Don't do it. You need to be direct to the person that has a property under contract. Okay, so the wholesaler that has the purchase contract, he's got escrow money, he's open title with his title company or his title attorney, right? And now he's out there marketing the property. That's the person you can do business with. Okay, and that's it. Period. Make sense? Good. And look, doing it the right way also makes it just easier, and you're adding value. You're not just running around there like a chicken out of your head, just pimping stuff out and for prices that make no sense. And there's a lot of that. Should be done. Okay. Let's see. We got another one here. Let's talk about the money. I think we covered that pretty well. Find the money. You can do it. And again, don't use money as an excuse or a crutch. You can absolutely do this entire process. You can find seller leads without ever spending money. You don't need yellow letters, right? All the methods are outlined in the mobile wholesaling system and the 10-hour wholesaler system. Okay. Doing a great job, and you're doing an awesome job. Thanks so much. How do you pay your team? So teams can be, that is personal, okay? That is up to you, who you are, what you got going on. Do you have a budget? Can you pay a salary? Me, I pay salary and compensation bonuses. That's what I recommend. You can choose if you're going to pay just purely upon commissions, upon deals, or performance-based bonuses. However you can actually do it that way, okay? In the beginning, I didn't pay salary, right? So 7 years ago or 6 years ago when I started hiring my first people, everything was performance-based, purely performance-based, okay? When a deal gets done, you're getting paid. I live in a very competitive market in Washington, D.C. I don't know if you can help. Now, I wanted to put that one because I hear this a lot. I live in a competitive market, Justin. A competitive market. Well, look, any major metropolitan is competitive, but look, you have to change the mindset. Those other wholesalers are not your competitors. They're your friends. They're your JV partners. You guys can work together. Central Florida, Orlando, Florida is a great example, poster child for this, right? With something that's kind of dubbed as the Wholesalers Alliance. And look, you need to be able to find a way to work with people and how do you do that? You literally just make the decision. Like right now, wait a minute, they're not competitors, they're partners. How are they partners? Well, because they have a huge buyers list. How else are they partners? Well, because they probably have inventory that you can buy, right? If you're in the renovation business, you can buy their properties. Just do the numbers, pull the comps, verify their numbers. If they're on the money, you have inventory without you doing large direct mail campaigns. If you're a wholesaler, you can still buy their contract and flip the contract. So there's a lot of ways. So you want competition, okay? Because they are your partners. Awesome. Need management tools. So we had somebody talk about having too many management tools, Podio, Aweber, and they feel like they're putting out fires. So this goes back to simplifying things. Again, that's who I am. I'm a lifestyle investor, right? That's all about building simple systems, right? And making people responsible for those systems so that things are getting done. So it's really easy with so much noise out there. Try this, do this, FreedomSoft, Infusionsoft, RealFlow, blah, 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 blah. All these things are out there. And it's not to say bad about any of them. Most of them are all great programs, but you need to figure out what's easiest for you that you can figure out. So for me, FreedomSoft is simple. We use FreedomSoft, and it's all we use. So spend the time on that one CRM and use the functions in it that you need. So like I was like this when I got my first CRM. I was like, oh my God, it does all these things, as if I needed all those things, but I didn't. It took me a while to realize, wait a minute, let's simplify. We'll start using what we do need, and what we don't need, we will not use until we do need it. So again, sit back, look at it from 30,000 feet. Hey, I don't need all these functionalities. I don't need a lot. There's many companies. One of my partners that I flip a lot of deals with, and I've sold a lot of deals to, right, is probably a better way to put it. He has no CRM, and he does deals across the country, renovating properties. And he's probably on maybe 300 or 400 properties this year. Zero CRM, zero any fancy systems. He uses Zillow for 90% of his estimated after repair values. And we're talking markets he's never stepped foot in. So you really can simplify this business, okay? You really can. And by the way, he's putting up his money on having no CRM, okay? This is his cash going out and flipping properties all across the country. So simplify. Use only what you need, okay? I'm a more hands-on kind of person. We got a lot of that, okay? A lot of people asking about coaching. I haven't been doing any more mastery coaching. I haven't been offering any more email coaching programs. Keep a sharp eye out, okay? We're changing up the process, changing the systems so that we can offer more to you guys, and that is coming in the very, very near future. It's extremely exciting. We've been working on it for 3 months to build in the back end so that we could build a framework for you that's going to deliver the most impactful and powerful service that we can to you, okay? So keep your eye out for it. It's going to be friggin' awesome. More detailed explanation about how to negotiate with the 10-hour wholesaler program. So again, talking about the co-wholesaling. So I already answered that. So you understand, you're negotiating when you're doing the JV wholesaling, which by the way, co-wholesaling is a term we don't use. If you go back, you look, we've extracted that term from all of our marketing, from all of our data, from most of our content, because that term has been taken by the majority to left field, just the incorrect way, and we don't want to associate with co-wholesaling. We call it joint venture wholesaling, okay? So how do we joint venture wholesaling? Easy. Another wholesaler's asking $100,000. You want to negotiate, get that property. Either you want to buy that contract, buy the property, or get it assigned to you. Either way, for a discounted or a negotiated price. If he's asking $100,000, get in a contract for $95,000. If you got a buyer willing to pay $100,000, which is what his asking price was, we never go above what the original advertised price was. Okay, then you just made yourself $5,000 in profit. It's that simple. Okay. Stronger mindset, and I want to put that in there because I saw that a lot. You know, look, mindset, as you know, I'm huge on that. You have to keep. I tell everybody, you need to work on your mindset just as much as you work on the real estate business, because you'll only do. See, I give you the data, everything that we do, right, and more. Okay, so if you just took it and used it, you could be doing the same results, 6-figure months. You could have all that. Okay, so the difference between two people that have the exact same information and two completely different results side by side are the people that have the belief system of what they can and can't do. And what's really interesting is you can do what you say you can do. Okay, or period. The money is never an obstacle. All right, although it always feels like it, and it's absolutely resistance, because it's an easy thing to say. Well, I don't have the money to go put $15,000 in marketing out, or even $500 in marketing out, or I don't have the money to hire X. I don't have the money to get an office building and build a team. Those are all 100% excuses, because if you become resourceful, you can do that without question. There is no debate about it, okay? Real estate's already proven itself. There's nothing to talk about. Having systems and a framework has already proven itself. There's nothing to debate about that. Look at McDonald's and all the fast food chains out there. You can get anybody into that position, and it still runs like a machine, okay? So if you want your team to be stronger, right, and you want your mindset to be right, read some books. Here's a couple of recommendations. The Power of Focus is a great book. When it comes to team management, The E-Myth Revised by Michael Gerber and Than Merrill. That's a great book because it has just a very simple to follow foundational. It's foundational. It's nothing too crazy in there, right? But it's foundational. If you just use some of those foundational principles, which is real estate related, exactly what we're doing, you're going to find it extremely helpful. So the E-Myth Revised by Michael Gerber and Than Merrill. Thank you again. Received excellent support. Thank you so much. And once again, you know, I'm needing somebody to talk to on a day-to-day basis. So keep an eye out, okay? We're working on 2 things. So a day-to-day basis, I can't do that for you. I'm running multiple companies, and I have a life and a family and all that stuff. We do have 2 levels of coaching that we're working on. So again, those I can almost guarantee you join that. If it's going to be an application process. We allow you into that program. You're going to do deals. Period. As long as you take the actions and do what we show you to do. You're gonna get deals done, just plain simple. Now, on another note, people needing a day-to-day action plan, right? And then the information on how to implement that piece of action on that day to day. And then maybe a piece of motivation behind it. That's like the most common thing. Well, I'm working on something insanely powerful for you that does not exist, period, in this space. And it's going to be an absolute freaking game changer. And I'm like literally getting goosebumps thinking about it because it's going to change the real estate business. I'm going to start off using it myself. It's almost, we're still in beta version for it. So I'm using it for myself. It's phenomenal. And this is something that I know is going to change a lot of lives for people. So keep an eye out, okay? That day-to-day help is coming, okay? Thanks to technology. Thank God, right? So awesome stuff, guys, okay? I really hope that those answers helped you, okay? Those were very common questions. The rest was just nothing but purely like, thank you so much. This is phenomenal. I'm using it, putting it into business, putting it into work, and I'm seeing success. Keep it up. Scale, okay? I want you to succeed. So keep it up, guys. Any other questions or concerns you have, let us know. We'll talk soon.